Jordan Tower with JT News. Well, as we know, Rich Homie Quan and Ralo are beefing. They're two rappers in Atlanta. Ralo's up and coming. He's under Birdman and Future. And Rich Homie Quan is obviously TIG. We know Rich Homie Quan a little more because he's had a few hit records right now. But Ralo is official in Atlanta. So basically, over the weekend, we had Rich Homie Quan involved in a shooting at East Carolina Music Fest where Ralo was in attendance. Okay. And some people were hurt, and some people confirmed that Rich Homie Quan had been in a confrontation leading up to the gunfire. Well, Ralo released a documentary of him over the weekend, I guess, of him at this event, or an event before they went to the club part. It was like an outdoor performance, and he was waiting for Rich Homie Quan. Now, he claims that Rich Homie Quan called the cops on him because, and to the promoter's defense, I'm sure this was booked before Ralo did the phone call Rich Homie Quan and called him out on This Is 50, calling him a bitch for removing his verse from the songs he paid Rich Homie Quan for. Rich Homie Quan took those songs, removed Ralo's verse, and put him on his own mixtape when Ralo paid for those verses. And I would be mad too. Just to note that, I would be mad too. If I was Ralo, I'd be pissed, because that just isn't. You at least call somebody if you want to do that and give them some new songs if you really wanted their songs that bad. And Ralo seems like the type of person that would be like, that's cool, but he just didn't do those checks. So anyways, Ralo is filming himself and calling Rich Homie Quan out saying, we're waiting for him. And then eventually the cops come. And the cops are like, "Hey, I know you guys have your own security here with machine guns. They did have machine guns, but security."
See what happened? They called the police on us. Bitch, homie.
Shirts on, and the cops were like, "Because you can have down south, guns are more easy. You can get guns easier with a license. You can have a gun. You don't have to do all this paperwork and everything." So Rich Homie Quan didn't show up for the time he was supposed to come on, and I guess these cops arrived, and the cops are like, we understand you guys had some altercation over the phone. You were calling him out. Can you just leave? And Ralo kept it cool, and he said, cool, and then, but, I wouldn't have released this footage after a shooting happened, honestly, because then it just, even though I'm pretty sure this was probably something that wasn't involved with Ralo, it still puts you as a suspect, until they clear you. I would just avoid. I mean, maybe he said screw it because he is one anyways because he was on the same bill, and he said screw it, I'm gonna release the footage anyways. But then he's at a hotel afterwards and he's like, you called the cops on us. They called him bitch Homie Quan, now not Rich Homie Quan. And then he said, that wasn't my security. Those are my homies. But I'm sure they're good, licensed gun carriers, and there's like 50 of them in front of a hotel holding machine guns and stuff. I mean, this guy isn't playing. He's kind of pissed. He's probably pissed that it should never got to this point. He's probably disappointed in Rich Homie Quan because they were friends at one point, and he did pay him for the verses that got taken off, and I guess he just felt like it had to be spoken. I would have too. I would have been pissed. So if I were Rich Homie Quan, I would rectify this because this isn't worth it, man. You got someone out here that really is about that life, and I'm not saying Rich Homie Quan is soft or anything, but it's a different level of street level, with Ralo. He really was in the street getting it, and that's a whole different person. You just don't want to mess with people like that. You just want to, keep them cool. I mean, they go by street code. You know what I mean? So just follow the code, man. Give the guy his music. Just give him a couple more verses. I'm sure he'd be fine with that because then you'll at least have rectified the situation. You let it go out of control to this point. So, anyways, I wouldn't have released that footage, but hey, it's Ralo. Ralo knew better. I'm sure he knew that it was okay to release the footage. Probably he was probably already cleared in the shooting. But I mean, it was just funny because most people wouldn't release the footage, but he said, "I don't give a shit."